Hey everyone, John Paul with the IronIO Customer Success Team. I want to put together a quick video about how to make your own custom Docker images today. There's been a lot of questions about this, so I just wanted to give you guys a brief overview. If you've already been making these, this will probably be well under your knowledge level, but if you're new, hopefully this should get the job done. So just to have something to start with, I have a little Nokogiri script that just goes to CBS, grabs the teams, and then prints what it finds. Something kind of like this. Lovely. So now let's go ahead and run this inside of our Docker container. Same as always, Docker run, then it removes it, opens up interactive terminal, sets the mount point, sets it where, sets the other side mount points, and then we get to the image. IronRuby. This is probably what you're used to using if you've been going through our demos. So let's go ahead and send that through. And it immediately fails because it does not have Nokogiri installed on it. So what do we need to do? Simply install Nokogiri. If you remember in our old workflow, we had the Docker file where we would sort of set up some basic things about the script that it needed. Well, really similar to that, we used to use a .worker file. Now we're going to be using something called a Docker file. A Docker file is what Docker uses to build your own custom images. Now there's a couple things to remember. First is that it needs to always have a capital D and the rest to always lowercase. The next thing that you're going to need to remember is that it needs to never have a file extension. So just Docker. And let's start with the comment here. Alright, so the first thing that we're going to want to do is tell Docker where to base the image off of. So by basing it off of the IronRuby image, we're going to inherit everything that's already there and we don't need to rebuild it. Which saves us a ton of time. Oops. Any Linux user is really used to this. That's just going through and updating all the packages that are already installed. Next, we're going to want to actually add Nokogiri. And if you've used Nokogiri as much as I have, you know that it can be a bit of a hassle to install from time to time via gem install. Thankfully, there's actually an Alpine Linux package we can use directly to just install this way rather than using the gem. Once you guys start to build these a lot, you're really going to want to get familiar with this page. It has all the Alpine packages that you could ever need. And there we go. Last but not least, let's clean up after ourselves. And clear out the cache. I want to get this quick one still, make sure everything's spelled right. Excellent. Now let's go ahead and save that there, and let's try building this out. The T flag is really important. That's what allows you to give your newly created name or your newly created image a name. And the name is going to be first your Docker Hub username. Whoops. For me, that's JPKSF. Then you're going to want to put a slash, and after that, whatever you want to call the image. I want to call this one Noko. After that, you're going to want to put a colon and then put a tag on the image. This isn't really important at this stage of the game, but stay with me in a couple more videos from now. This is going to get really important. And finally, just a period so that we work off the current directory. Great, looks like it built out without any problems. Let's take a look just to verify. Beautiful, running perfectly. So now, for you guys remember this, we got the fail. Let's try running that same command, only putting in the image that we just made. And we see it runs. Great, so now we have proof that this image works, and we just need to send it up to Docker Hub for to be able to be used. First thing that you're going to want to do is actually go to Docker Hub and create a new repository. And I always like to put the Docker file in the description. You don't have to put the Docker file, but at least put a link to the Docker file. It's really important to let other people know what's on there. Great, so then just go ahead and click on Create. Mine's already made, so it's not going to actually do anything. And let's go back to our command line and Docker push. And so now we just want to push that image. And this may take a little bit of time. It's going to depend on what you have going on in the image, your local connection speed, what Docker Hub has going on. So if it takes a little bit of time the first run, do not be alarmed. That's just the first time build type of thing. So it looks like everything went good. So the way we can test is Docker pull. Whoops, it would, let's see if we can pull that in. If we get an error, that means there's something wrong. Perfect, that worked without any problems, so we are perfect. Last thing that we were going to want to do is actually just register this with IronIO. Great, and we are all done. So that's all it takes to make your own custom image. And so now other developers can actually take this image and build off of it, and you can use this as a base image to build more off of. Anybody can use it, and if you need to make a private image, your free Docker Hub account gives you one, and if you need more, then you can sign up for a paid account with them. So hopefully this gives you a good overview of how to make your own custom Docker images, and if you have any questions at all, we are always available to help you out. Have a great day.